acclaimed by the newspapers and by other media.
Huzur directed the community that every year an examination in certain prescribed books of the promised Messiah should be held. The first such examination was held on the 24th of December 1908. Since then, this method of study of the books of the promised Messiah has continued in the community. In the first year of the Khilafat, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih I set up a public library in Qadian. He himself was a man of learning and fond of books.
हज़रत खलीफातुल मसीह अव्वल ने अपनी तमाम ज़िंदगी में बेशुमार कुतुब को इकट्ठा किया था और बड़ी दूर दूर से किताबें मंगवाकर आपको एक शौक़ था और आपने एक लाइब्रेरी बनाई हुई थी और आपकी वफ़ात के बाद वो लाइब्रेरी जो थी वो हज़रत मिर्ज़ा बशीरुद्दीन महमूद अहमद जो कि जमात अहमदिया के दूसरे खलीफा बने, उन्होंने उस लाइब्रेरी को बाकायदा तौर पर शुरू किया। अब सवाल ये था कि इस लाइब्रेरी को जमात अहमदिया के लिए मतलब इन कुतुब को महफूज करने के लिए कोई जगह भी होनी चाहिए और बाकायदा एक लाइब्रेरी की शक्ल दी जाए इसको। तो उसके लिए हज़रत अम्मा जान ने, जो कि हज़रत मसीह मौऊद अलैहिस्सलाम की अहलिया थी, उन्होंने अपने एक बहुत बड़ा मकान जो था वो इसके लिए वक्फ किया और हज़रत मिर्ज़ा बशीरुद्दीन महमूद अहमद साहब जो कि खलीफा सानी थे, उसमें उन तमाम किताबों को जमा किया और तमाम कुतुब को इकट्ठा किया और उनको रखा और फिर जमात ने उससे बहुत इस्तिफादा हासिल किया, बल्कि अब तक जमात उन किताबों से बहुत इस्तिफादा हासिल कर रही है।
Well, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih the first was by nature inclined towards the poorer section of the community, toward their welfare, even before his Khilafat. He was very well known for this, that he had several students who came to Qadian, and all their expenses were paid by Hazrat Khalifatul Masih the first from his own pocket. So after Khilafat also, Hazrat Mir Nasir Nawab Sahib, who was the father-in-law of Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi had established an organization called the Daruz Zu'afa, that is the house for the poorer section of the community. And there he looked after the poor section of the community. He will provide food for them. He would, and Hazrat Khalifatul Masih the first, when he became the Khalifa, he supported him with everything that he could.
He also decided to set up a small dispensary, which later grew into a hospital. In 1918, it was named Maulana Nuruddin Memorial Hospital, and to this day is engaged in serving humanity. Hazrat Khalifatul Masih I launched a scheme to provide houses for the poor. The first house was built from the funds provided personally by Hazrat Khalifatul Masih I himself. This locality was named Nasirabad Street. Later, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih I also built a mosque and a well to provide clean water. In 1909, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih I appointed Maulvi Muhammad Ali as in charge of the translation of the Holy Quran, directly under his own supervision.
Well, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Awwal Radhiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu used to dictate notes in Urdu, and later Maulvi Muhammad Ali Sahib, who was taking those notes, would translate them piece by piece into English. The work was completed 3 days before the sad demise of Hazrat Khalifa Awwal Radhiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu. Regrettably, Maulvi Muhammad Ali Sahib took away the notes of Hazrat Khalifa Masih Awwal Radhiyallahu Ta'ala Anhu to Lahore. After he broke away from the main body of the Jamaat, he made changes to the translation to suit his own ideas and published it under his own name.
The British government announced that a coronation ceremony would be held in Delhi on the 12th of December 1911 to proclaim His Majesty George V, Emperor of India. Hazrat Khalifatul Masih I decided to request the king that Muslim employees of government might be granted a leave of 2 hours on Friday, so as to enable them to offer the Friday noon service. A memorial was drawn up for this purpose and presented to the king. In consequence of this memorial, Muslim employees were granted a 2-hour leave. As the Ahmadi population was growing rapidly, a new neighborhood by the name of Darul Uloom was added to Qadian. Many new buildings were erected, such as the Noor Mosque in 1910, Talimul Islam High School, with its fabulous hostel in 1912, Noor Hospital. Under Huzur's direction, an extension to the Aqsa Mosque was undertaken, which was completed in January 1910.
Well, the period of Khilafat of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Awwal Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu was not very long. He remained Khalifa for nearly 6 years. But during this short period, Alhamdulillah, he was able to accomplish great task. The most important thing which he did was the consolidation of the institution of Khilafat. And apart from that, so far as the publications are concerned, there were quite a few publications during that period. There was 2 magazines which he started. One was Ahmadi and the other was Ahmadi Khatun. And also there were 4 newspapers which were published during that time. The first one was An-Noor and Akhbarul Haq. These were the 2. And apart from that, one well-known publication was started from Lahore with the name of Paygam-e-Sulah. And also a very important, and which still continues very prominently, that is Al-Fazl, which was also started from Qadian.
One of the milestones of his Khilafat was the establishment of the first Ahmadiyya Muslim mission in England in 1914. The first Ahmadiyya missionary sent to London for propagation of Islam was Chaudhry Fateh Muhammad Sial. Hazrat Khalifatul Masih wrote several scholarly works based on extensive research and deep study.
Huzur wrote many books, Faslul Khitab, Nuruddin. There are several others that he wrote. He once came to Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wassalam and he said, Huzur, tell me, as we call it in Urdu, wazifa. Wazifa means that some way of making my God happy with me. And Huzur said the best wazifa is to defend Islam against the onslaught of Christianity. So you please write a book about Christianity and in defense of Islam. So Hazrat Maulana Nuruddin Sahib wrote that book, and it was published. It has been published several times.
His autobiography is called Mirqatul Yaqeen, and it was published in 1914. Another booklet is Faslul Khitab fi Mas'alate Fatihatil Kitab. This book was written in 1879. The third book is Radd Tanasukh. That was written in 1891. Another is Risala Diniyat, and it was written in 1906. And another book is Khutbat-e-Noor, and that was published in 1912. Biyaz-e-Nuruddin, that is pharmacopoeia of Hazrat Khalifa Awwal Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu. That was published in 1928. Another booklet is Tasdeeq Barahin-e Ahmadiyya. It was printed and published in 1890.
In November 1910, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih I fell down while riding a pony and received serious injuries.
شعر حضرته أن حالته الصحية تسوء، حيث أن الورم بدا له أنه يقترب من قلبه، فظن بأن وفاته وشيكة، فطلب من أحد تلاميذه الذي كان ساهرا على خدمته هو الشيخ محمد تيمور أن يحضر له ورقة، وكتب على هذه الورقة سطرين، ثم وضع هذه الورقة، طواها ووضعها في مغلف، ثم كتب على هذا المغلف سطرا، ثم أغلق، ثم وضعها في مغلف آخر. الذي تبين لاحقا أنه قد كتب على المغلف: في حالة وفاتي ينبغي أن تعملوا وفقا لما في الداخل. ثم في الورقة تبين أنه قد كتب سطرين. السطر الأول كان باللغة العربية على أسوة سيدنا أبي بكر رضي الله عنه بالعربية، وفي السطر الثاني قال: يجب